So first and foremost, I want to introduce the speakers, and then we'll talk a little bit about Alpha Omega, and then we'll get into some of the key topics. I'll have each of the speakers talk. So first and foremost, Dr. Mansur, only doctorate degree in cybersecurity here, and he has been a program chair in institutions. He's a thought issue video, so after this, you can go check it out. He has every topic. But most importantly, one of the key things he does is he helps succeed people, especially individual branding. Obviously, cybersecurity is his branding, but he works with individuals, organizations, and others to build cyber. He also helps a lot of people who are moving from other leadership positions into cybersecurity. I mean, I can go on and on and on. He has been a keynote speaker for so many. He graciously accepted to come here. He and I go back 15, 20 years, but believe it or not, this is the first time I'm meeting face to face. That's the power of social networking. That's what it is. And again, thank you for coming. And another tidbit is, I have interned many of his students, and they are in really good positions today. That's exactly when we said we need to work towards building the cybersecurity workforce. So thank you, Dr. Mansur.
Well, thank you for joining us here, and thank you, Laks, for that opportunity to speak to a small, intimate crowd. The title of my speech is Embrace the Team. You might be wondering if I'm going to be talking about this. And you might also say that I'm probably crazy to be talking about that. But actually, T is very powerful in terms of building relationships, but that's a different speech. Today, I'm going to talk about the alphabet T. And you will wonder why I've chosen to give so much importance to the alphabet T, because it's not the first letter of the alphabet, it's not the last letter, it's not as popular as Y and N, because you see Y and N in every job application, interviews, etc., etc. Why am I going to talk about the letter T? Hopefully by the end of my talk today, you will embrace the T. Because what I'm going to talk about is success in any field, including cybersecurity. It doesn't matter what your field is, you're going to need two things to succeed. And that's what the letter T embodies. One is the stem of the T. This is the domain expertise. This is what you're going to sell. It doesn't matter whether it's marketing, HR, cybersecurity, education, it doesn't matter. You've got to have that stem. That's the skill you're selling. The other is your ability to apply that domain discipline to a wide variety of situations, verticals, problems, etc. And if you do not have these two parts, you will not get the job. If you have the stem, but don't have the head, you're not going to get hired. If you have the head, but no stem, you have nothing to sell. So you're not going to get hired either. Now, let's talk about cybersecurity. The programs that I've designed included all elements of this team. See, the domain expertise and the head, because all of my programs contained the elements of this head of the team. What are some of those elements? One is leadership. If you don't have leadership, what happens? Most powerful things are going to go helter-skelter. You're going to have a lot of talented people. Think about a baseball team with all superstar players. If you don't have a good manager, that team will fail. So similarly, if you're doing cybersecurity and you don't have the right people and the right leadership to help lead that team, you will not succeed. So that the ability to communicate. If you don't know how to talk, if you don't know how to talk about return on investment, You're not gonna sell your ideas. In my very first job as a youngster at a nuclear power plant, I was asked, you have a bachelor's degree in economics and a master's degree in political science, why should we hire you? You're applying to be a network engineer at a nuclear power plant? Why should we hire you? So I said, okay, all of you know about the 7 layers of networking, right? But do you know about the hidden 8th layer of networking? And they were like, what is the 8th layer of networking? I said, well, this is where the economics, the return on investment comes in. This is where we build the governance organization to extract the value from what we are creating. And then the training and the communications and all of that, because technology is useless unless people know how to use it. So that's what we did, and that's what I shared. And I was hired with an economics degree and a political science degree. So in my programs, that's what I did also. I said, I don't care which program you're in. You're a lawyer, no problem. You're an English major, no problem. You're a musician, no problem. Come to the program because you already have some of this head of the team. And we're going to build the domain expertise and a lot and show you how to tie the head of the team with your particular brand. So personal branding was a key element of all the programs that I did. So that's why my students actually won awards, they became famous, and then I taught them how to do presentations by bringing all of themselves to the experience. For example, my very first award winner, graduate, she's a poet. And one day she wrote a poem about cybersecurity. And when she sent it to me, my mind was blown. I said, wow, you wrote a poem about cybersecurity? So I decided, okay, talented young woman, let me raise the stakes a little bit for her. And I said, can you make this into a rap? Can you sing it like a rap? She said nothing. She was probably thinking I was kidding or whatever, I don't know. But she went away for 3 weeks. After 3 weeks, she sent me an MP3 file with her singing this like a rap. My mind is blown again. So I said, okay, this is good, this is good. But your rap has no music. I'm raising the bar for my student, right? Challenging her to rise higher. Can you put some music? 3 weeks go by, she then sends me another version with music. I said, wow. All right, now that you've done this, I would like you to apply to an ISC Square conference, and I would like you to open your conference presentation with this rap. I want you to jump off the stage, dance throughout the whole audience, and sing this rap. And she said, oh my God, Dr. Hasib, what would you think? I said, look, her name is Tamiko. Is it Tamiko? Nobody knows you right now. If you worry about what people think, you can never be great. Since nobody knows you, if you fail, guess what? Don't do it again. But if you succeed, guess what will happen? You will become a superstar immediately. Well, then she said, another problem. But Dr. Hasib, I'm very nervous about public speaking. My feet will shake and all that. I said, now you have a real problem. So I don't know what you need to do, but you will need to practice. She went away for 6 months, and this is the most amazing thing. She practiced with a virtual reality gadget, imagining that there's a crowd, and in 6 months, she then delivered at an ISC Square presentation, jumped off the stage like that, and unbelievable. There were 250 people in the room. They were all dancing and clapping within 3 minutes of her presentation. So, guess what happened? The ISC Square management came to me and said, Dr. Hasib, can your student talk at our ISC Square Congress in Florida? I said, look, she's just a recent graduate, doesn't have a lot of money. If you pay her way and everything, she might. For the first time, ISC Squared ever paid for a young student professional to go there. And that year she won the Cybersecurity Rising Star of the Year Award for 2019.
Wow.
2020, another one of my graduates won the same ISC Square Award. This was for all of America, Canada, USA, all combined. So my thing is, if you are going to go to any job, you gotta do these two parts, okay? And if you're going to do workforce development, it doesn't matter whether you're an executive or an HR person, it doesn't matter. Everybody's gotta have a brand. Because once you have a brand, guess what? Your power will be stronger than the company, and you will be the draw of business to the company. That's what has happened. Every company I was with, I grew the program through the power of my personal brand. And so, Laks talked about the videos that I have. Why do I have the videos? Because if you don't give people value, they're not going to be affiliated with your brand. So, knowledge sharing, being an expert, and demonstrating your expert, but at the same time helping others is a powerful way to grow your brand and business. And that's what I wanted to share with you today. So, hopefully, all of you will do what now?
T.
Embrace the T, right? You will embrace the T?
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
It is the most important alphabet in the English language, right? Thank you very much.
Thank you, Doctor, for those powerful T stories.